South Africa's government intends to place a ban on the export of scrap metals to address the widespread theft of copper cable and other forms of metal from public infrastructure. According to the authorities, the act has been paralyzing power supply, which left trains unable to operate and change public facilities in many parts of the country. Now, the government said the export of metal provides a crucial monetary channel for criminals due to the unavailable monitoring materials in most workplaces. Let's have more details of that in this report.
A ban will cost the state around $2 billion in lost export revenue. However, the South African government believes the ban is necessary to curb infrastructure theft.
Significant, not because of the volume of the scrap metal, but because of the disastrous impact on the economy of where the scrap metal is sourced from. And those are both network industries which are the core of our economy, given that we are basically a minerals type of economy.
State entities are battling organized syndicates that are stripping electricity and railway infrastructure to feed international demand.
We have done a recent assessment just looking at state-owned companies, in particular Eskom, Telkom, Prasa and Transnet. We have come to an estimation of in excess of 45 billion rand per annum, which is cost that is incurred by the economy as well as the state-owned companies arising out of cable theft.
Exporters argue domestic trade is driving illicit demand.
We collect about 3.8 million tons of scrap every year. We export about 13% of that. So the vast majority of the scrap that we collect, in fact, is not exported and is consumed in some way domestically.
Eskom disagrees.
We do see the crime incidences are being driven by the market demand. We have certainly in the recent past also had several scrap dealers that were also apprehended in the process. Some of the copper cables that were discovered were in transit. So certainly there is a connection between the export market and illicit trade.
Those representing the recycling sector say a 3-month presidential ban in 2020 saw domestic prices drop by more than half. This largely affected the city's waste pickers.
I hope the ban does not happen. There are a lot of people whose livelihoods are impacted. We have 350,000 roughly waste pickers in the country. If the ban comes in, the value of the scrap metal will depreciate, and of course the most vulnerable people are going to be the waste pickers, who will see a much smaller income.
The EU and others have called for South Africa to first exhaust domestic interventions to deal with theft and vandalism of public infrastructure before instituting a ban. The proposed ban is currently open for public comment.